Yo, 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 yo. We are just getting everything set up. We're going to be rolling in just a minute. Just need to make sure. Got everything good. All right. Looks like everything is good. So as you can see, we've shifted around the position of the podcast a little bit. And yeah, over the holiday, I actually took a little bit of a holiday. It was a little bit weird, but it felt good. And super excited to be back at it. Super excited to be coming back to the podcast. But we're going to get going in about a minute and a half or so. So as you tune in, make sure that you're sharing this show with somebody who needs to see it. If you've listened to the show before, I appreciate you. And that means you know what we're all about here. We are helping athletes reach new levels. We are helping athletes become better versions of themselves. And the whole idea behind this is that there are athletes out there with huge goals and no idea and no guidance on how to achieve them. And so the goal of this show, what we are trying to do is help those people that have the drive, those people that have the passion, but do not know how to actually put it into action. We are here to help those people reach newer, bigger, better versions of themselves so that they can actually achieve their true potential in their sport. Now, today we are going to be talking about the best ways to stay stuck in 2023. We have reached a new year. For all of you out there, Happy New Year. I hope everything is fantastic with you and yours. But today we are going to be talking about the best ways to stay stuck in 2023. We'll get going in just a second here. I'm going to have a quick sip of coffee. All right, let's get to it in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Elite Development Podcast, the number one show for athletes looking to gain an edge on their opponent and build their dream careers in sport. I'm your host, Kenny Dusseault, and today we are going to be talking about 3 ways that you can stay stuck in 2023. Now, why am I framing it like this? The reason that I decided to frame it with ways to stay stuck instead of ways to succeed is that it was actually an Alex Hormozi video that I was watching just the other day. If you don't know who that is, look him up. Even if you are not an entrepreneur, you've got things you can learn from this guy. And he talked about how us as humans, we're naturally built to look for the negative. We're naturally built to look for, the things that can go wrong, the problems that can arise. And so as a result, I decided, let's make this video on this show, this episode, wherever it is you're watching. Let's make this about how you can stay stuck in 2023. And then now you know what you need to do is actually flip what I'm talking about here on its head in order to be successful. So the reason that I wanted to do this video at all was because I have a lot of conversations with a lot of athletes. And one very, very common theme is athletes come to me and they say, I'm going to be the best in the world. I'm going to turn pro. I'm going to be a career athlete. I'm going to get paid to compete in my sport, play my sport, whatever it is. Yet then when it actually comes to reaching the next level, they're doing these things every day that are keeping them stuck. They're doing these things every day that are preventing them from actually reaching the level that they want to reach. So what I decided to do is dig into exactly that, dig into exactly what those things are that athletes do that keep themselves stuck and how you can go about keeping yourself stuck in the year 2023. So a lot of the time, athletes that come to me, when they reach out to me originally, they're having issues. They're struggling with something. It could be a physical issue. It could be a mental issue. It could be a skill set issue. Anything revolving around the sport. As you know, if you've tuned into this show before, or if you follow me on any of my various platforms, if you don't, you should probably go ahead and do that. Little shameless plug. But as you know, if you follow me on any platform, or if you've tuned into this podcast before, one of the main things I'm about here is helping athletes, not just in a strength and conditioning standpoint, but helping develop athletes as a whole. That means helping them in the mental side of their game, helping them understand how to train more intelligently, both in strength and conditioning as well as in their skills, helping them understand the importance and the proper approach to recovery, helping them understand how to balance and organize their schedule to be able to get more out of their training. And so when athletes come to me, they're often dealing with an issue in one of these areas. And as we talk through the issue, as I try to give a little bit of advice, wherever it is the conversation leads, commonly they do not actually want to take action to fix the problem. People look for quick fixes. They look for that thing that, they can just press that button and then poof, the problem goes away. And what we want to make sure we are not doing is doing exactly that. We want to make sure that we're not looking for the quick fix. We're not looking for, that magical answer, because those magical answers don't exist. So what we're talking about today is the 3 ways you can stay stuck in 2023. So the number one way to stay stuck really in anything, but the number one way to stay stuck in 2023 is to try to figure it out on your own. If you're an athlete, whether you're having issues in the mental training department, whether you're having issues in the physical training department, a skill set or an area in your life that is preventing you from reaching the next level, the absolute best way that you can stay stuck exactly where you are and make no fucking progress this year is to try to figure it out yourself. All the information you need in the world is online. You can go about trying to find the right information, trying to figure out if it's from the right sources, trying to figure out, how to combine the information you found here and the information you found over there. And it might take you years. So you might be able to get there on your own, but it's going to take you such a long time to put the information together properly that it's going to be too late, especially for athletes. You guys have a limited amount of time that you can actually be competitive, let alone professional. Yet, so many of you want to try to figure it out on your own. So many of you are doing this thing that is going to keep you stuck until you realize that the ones who are successful are the ones who get help. So if you are looking to stay stuck in 2023, continue to try to figure out all the issues you're having by yourself. However, if you want to actually make progress this year, if you actually want to reach the next level this year, if you actually want to achieve something in your sport that you've been working towards for the last 2, 5, 10, 15 years of your life, let this be the year that you realize trying to figure it out on your own is not the way to do that. And let this be the year that you actually bring on the professionals you need to help you reach that next level. Now, the number 2 way that you can stay stuck in 2023 and avoid making any kind of progress is to train 7 days per week. I'm going to say that one more time because I know a couple of you listening right now aren't going to believe what I just said. But the second way that we're going to talk about today that you can stay stuck in 2023 and avoid making any progress towards your goals as an athlete is to train 7 days a week. Why? I know a lot of you are thinking, the more training I do, the better I'm going to get. The more hours I put in, the better my skill set's going to get. The more cardio I do, the better my gas tank is going to get. Whatever else it might be that you're training towards. But if you are training 7 days a week, you're not giving your body a chance to heal. And you do not grow when you train. You grow when you recover. From a physical standpoint, the muscles need that time to actually heal themselves and grow stronger. And from a mental standpoint, man, your brain's only got so much capacity. You being in the gym hitting pads for 27 hours a week, you're not going to be at full attention for those whole 27 hours. You're not going to be actually improving for those whole 27 hours. And again, 27, random number that I pulled out of my ass. We're not talking specifically about 27 hours. Just overall, if it's all about volume for you and you're not putting intention behind what you're doing, you're going through the motions, and in turn, you're not making the progress that you actually could or should be making. So the number 2 way to keep yourself stuck in 2023 is to train 7 days a week. However, if you are looking to actually make progress this year, if you are looking to actually make improvements this year, if you are looking to actually achieve those goals that you wrote down for yourself New Year's Eve for what 2023 is going to bring you in your life and your career, put a rest day in your week and stick to it religiously. Whatever day it might be, put a rest day in your week and stick to it religiously. The reason is that this is going to give you a physical day to rest, recover, heal, and get ready to train again. And mental, this is going to give you a day to recharge your batteries. Think about it. I've used this analogy on this show countless times, but I want you to think about it this way. If you're on a road trip and you get in your car and you start driving, you never stop for gas, you don't check the oil or change the oil in your car, you do nothing except just keep pressing down on the gas pedal and moving forward down the highway, what is going to eventually happen? The car is going to shut down. It is going to run out of gas and it's going to shut down. And when you train 7 days a week, you are doing the same thing to your body. When you train 7 days a week, you are not allowing yourself to refuel. You are not allowing yourself to recharge, and you are beating your body down instead of building it up. So if you are looking to stay stuck this year, keep training 7 days a week and bragging about how tough you are and how strong you are and how you're a beast who's willing to do what other people aren't willing to do. But if you actually want to start winning this year, if you actually want to start making progress this year, if you actually want to start rising through the ranks this year, build a rest day into your week and stick to it religiously. Now, number 3, and this is one of my all-time favorite points in this podcast. Number 3 of the best ways that you can stay stuck in 2023 is to blame outside circumstances for your situation. Now, not just in 2023, this is a fantastic way for you to stay stuck in anything you do ever, but to blame outside circumstances for your situation is one of the absolute best ways that you can stay stuck this year. So if you are looking to stay stuck in 2023, continue to use the words "I can't because," and then insert whatever excuse you might want to have. Keep using the words "I can't," keep giving reasons why you can't, and continue to keep those words in your vocabulary. Keep telling yourself the stories of why you can't go all in this year. Keep telling yourself that it's okay you're not getting those sessions in because you're busy right now. Keep telling yourself the reasons you're not being at your best right now. The reasons you're not at your best right now are justified because you're busy this year. You've got a lot going on. You've got some expenses that came up, so you aren't able to train as much. Keep telling yourself that these reasons are valid. Keep telling yourself that these reasons are legit. However, if you're trying to make 2023 the year that you actually get somewhere, understand that your sport doesn't give a shit why you're not at your best right now. It's going to keep moving forward without you. Your sport doesn't give a shit that you're too busy to get your strength and conditioning sessions in. There are other athletes out there doing it. And you are going to get left behind if you're giving yourself that reason of why you're not getting it done. You know what needs to be done. It's no secret. Being successful as an athlete is not complicated. Show up, continue to show up, give it your best, and continue to look for ways to improve. It's not a complicated equation. It's hard, but it's not complicated. So you know what needs to be done. So you can make the decision. You can make the decision. Do I allow myself to continue to say, I just can't do it right now? Or do I buckle down and find a fucking way? So I hope you guys got something out of this. I hope this has enlightened you on the ways that you can stay stuck this year. So just to really recap my points from this whole episode, we went over 3 of the best ways that you can stay stuck in 2023. But what I want to do quickly before we wrap it up is go back to each one and make sure you know how to properly flip it on your head. So number 1, best way to stay stuck in 2023 was to try to figure it out on your own. Whatever issues you've been working through, whatever struggles you've been having, if you want to stay stuck this year, keep trying to figure it out on your own. So what I want you to take away from that one is that if you are an athlete right now, whatever sport you're competing in, and you're dealing with an issue, whether it's in your skill set, physical, mental, whether it's organizing and balancing your life with your training, whatever it might be. If you're struggling, stop having the ego of trying to be the guy who figures everything out on their own. Understand that the athletes you're looking up to right now, the people who have achieved what you want to achieve, have help along the way. They have people they can work with on these things, and you need to as well, because you can figure it out on your own, but it's going to take so long for you to put all that information together in a way that actually makes sense that by the time you get it figured out, it's probably going to be too late. So number one, stop trying to figure things out on your own. Understand it's okay to need help. It's okay to reach out, and it's okay to work with people on these issues to help take you to the next level. Number two, best way to stay stuck in 2023 is train 7 days per week. Now, I know this one is going to be the one that triggers a lot of people out there, but if you are training every single day, you are not recovering. If you are training every single day, you are pushing through pain and soreness and injury, which I understand you've been told is part of the game, but those injuries and that pain that you feel is your body trying to tell you something's wrong. So if you truly want to be successful this year, if you truly want to take your career to a new level, stop training 7 days per week, build a rest day, a recovery day into your weekly training, and stick to it religiously to allow your body to heal, to allow yourself to recharge mentally. And you're going to start noticing that those 6 days you are training, or those 5 days you are training, you're getting 10 times as much out of them because of how you're approaching them. And number three, best way to stay stuck in 2023 is to blame outside circumstances for your situation. Whether that's lack of money, lack of time, shitty job that doesn't allow you to train, family that doesn't support you, friends that don't support you, whoever else it might be. Whatever the situation is, understand you have control to change it. You have control to fix it. You have control to improve it. And in turn, you have control to achieve whatever it is you're trying to achieve this year. But it's up to you to make the changes to your situation in order to make it happen. If you're sitting back and you're letting your situation dictate your reality, oh, I don't have a lot of money right now, so I canceled my membership to the MMA gym, but I'll get back to it eventually. Cool. There are thousands, if not millions, of athletes out there right now that didn't cancel their memberships, that found a way to work around it, that found a way to, take down an expense somewhere else in order to keep the coaching that they were getting. And every single one of those athletes that did that is about to move past you. Every single one of those athletes that did that is about to leave you in the fucking dust because you're making an excuse based on outside circumstances. So instead of making an excuse, find a way to do what you know needs to be done. And if you can do that, you are guaranteed to avoid keeping yourself stuck in 2023. You are guaranteed to make progress in 2023, and you are guaranteed to move closer to all those goals that you have set for yourself. So that is it. That is all. I appreciate all of you who took some time to tune in to the episode today. It was always a pleasure bringing you guys this show. Back from a little bit of time away from doing the show, but we are going to be bringing it back 5 days a week for right now. That might change in the future, but no need to talk about that right now. I'm also going to be dropping a couple more similar ones to this of ways to stay stuck, ways to succeed. And the goal for the show this year is we're trying to be more tactical. I'm trying to bring more things that are going to help you directly. Last year was a lot of mindset stuff. It was a lot of mindset work for me as well, but we're going to be bringing a lot more tactical stuff to the show this year. So I am super excited for that. I hope you are as well. If you got some value from the episode, I would greatly appreciate a review for the show on any major platforms. Go subscribe to the show. That's what I was trying to say, on any platform that you listen to podcasts on, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that good stuff. And if you are not already, please take a moment, follow me on social media. All of the links to do that will be in the show notes below. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I've got big goals for all three of those to grow and deliver more and more impact on a larger scale this year. So thank you all for tuning in again. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. I will talk to you all again tomorrow.